particular that we made the adjustments on, and so on and so forth. And on about, what is it, the third page or so, after that abatement was heard at that special meeting, our final valuation for Wells County, $48,514,197. And I did send a message to the tax director's office, to the treasurer's office, and to my employee that there cannot be any changes in valuation going forward. Okay. You know, they do things from time to time where they might combine two parcels. That's perfectly fine, but they cannot change the valuation at this juncture. Okay. Because any change in that valuation is going to wreak havoc with mill rates and things of that, even if it's the slightest amount. So that that abatement turned out changing our overall valuation by about $2,000. I don't remember what it was exactly, but it changes it. And so that does matter. You have to go back and you have to work your way backwards so that 3% doesn't become 3.01% or 3.02%. Okay, so if you take a look at that mill sheet, that should be where we are as we prepare to get ready for this. 93.18 mills, 91.18 of those are for Wells County, and then one each for both Garrison Diversion and the State Medical Center. And you can see all of these amounts have been adjusted. And the best way you can tell that is by looking at Garrison Diversion and State Medical, $48,514. I'm keeping the 19.7 cents.
There we go.
Okay. So, in all, it's exactly a 3% increase here, which is exactly what is allowed by law. But again, I think we would be foolish to bank things at the first opportunity possible. I just don't think that's a wise idea. You're better off having the money in the bank than trying to figure it out in subsequent years. So with that in mind, I guess I'll leave it open for your questions because you've had this in front of you for a week or more.
No, I think it is what it is. It's okay.
I don't find any anything.
This would fall under the budget. You know, we always talk about expenditures and raising expenditures, and you can only raise taxes 3%. The other option would be trying to find other sources of revenue. We've never discussed the fact of charging townships. Are we going to leave it at $100?
At this juncture, I don't know why you would change it, because your deficit is slowly but surely declining. I can't say what's going to happen for the rest. You know, you told you here a while ago you're going to have 6 figures worth of oil and this and that.
Yeah.
So you got some big expenses coming up here, but you know, they're just. I don't think you would have really solid ground to stand on in that conversation. You're not asking them to fix your budget, you're asking them to be part of the solution. And
right.
I think it would be premature to discuss increasing it at this juncture. They all think it's going up because they all think that they're paying the whole bill anyway, but they're not. And you know, just since we've been sitting here, I've got about 14 phone calls I got to return from township people who I know it's about the text I sent them yesterday.
So did Wells ever pay?
No. And that's a story for a different day.
That's fine. I agree with you, Stan, that with this 3% cap, you guys, we've got to start thinking about some other sources of revenue.
And I disagree with you, Dan. We have solid footing to sit on because 52 out of the 53 counties charge more than we do.
You do.
Substantially more.
You're gonna.
And I'm not saying raising it.
You're gonna have a whole different issue here in the next handful of years, in more ways than just the road department.
Right.
You know, there's 9 guys in the road department. 3 of them are younger than me.
Right.
6 of them are older.
Yeah, it's,
And you're pretty old.
and you can't find an applicant right now, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I know, I know.
so don't, I would be reluctant to send a bill for something that
I
you
think we
cannot
sit
sit here
ourselves
and
in lots of
100% say that you can provide the service.
No,
It's a lot of money.
I
no.
think,
It's not.
in all reality,
See.
sometime this winter, not now, we need to have a brainstorming session as to what we can do within the road department. Changes, improvements, creative ideas, you know what brainstorming is. You know, it can be goofy ideas, but we just, and we kind of do that every year, but it's just a big elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And I concur with that from the standpoint of, I don't like surprises of any kind. I just don't. And it's no different than planning future construction. I might have been a little bit short here today, but sometimes you gotta make a decision. At some point, you gotta take time about it, make a decision. And in this particular case, we're new into this, and I think we're finally in a good place where I don't think there's necessarily the amount of animosity that maybe existed 15 to 18 months ago between the townships and the county, or, you know, that type of thing. I'm hoping we're moving in a positive path forward, but I guess now they're all upset.
Yeah, I was gonna
As a
say,
PR deal, it's probably okay to wait a year, but I think definitely next year we gotta
I didn't suggest raising it, I just think that's, and in a broader statement was other creative ways of enhancing revenue. If you can only raise taxes 3%, and you gotta have 4%, well, come up with something.
Exactly.
Right?
We lost 2 towers,
That ain't gonna move nothing.
All right.
Well,
Every dollar counts.
Ain't gonna amount to much.
But you know, with our
All them
blade,
out-of-state people aren't gonna spend a dime in our county.
with our blade men, we've got that really, really good blade men.
The tax.
And we've got some that are, I'm just gonna say it that way, we got several of them that are very, very good. And so it's, you know, trying to improve. Some of them don't need to, they're already there, you know? And it's very interesting. When you go, as I had a phone call the other day, yeah, I went from my place to 52 South Pheasant. He was west of, he goes, the first 2 miles are horrible, the second 2 miles are beautiful. He's how can that be in the same county? And that's unbelievable. Differently. He said, same road, same soil, everything. 2 miles are perfect, 2 miles are terrible. So that's the kind of, when you talk about improving things, that's some places where you gotta start. Because around the Bowden area, everybody loves the blade man.
There was a guy that came up to our area from Kidder County this spring, and he was amazed how nice our roads were compared to Kidder County. It's-
right, all
Well,
right.
that's a problem down there around that Guth Miller. Around,
You guys think you should see the roads in my area in Sheridan County?
Yeah, go to Sheridan sometime.
Well, when I drive on Sheridan County roads now, this summer, they're really good. They really are. Farmer Market Road's beautiful. The
Did you
off,
ever get south of Fort, or Highway 200?
no, I haven't
Well,
got
for
there.
Christ's sake, that's from Sheridan County.
Okay.
You know,
There's again, different blade man.
no, it isn't all blade men. I mean, you,
Some of them-
our way, we have good blade men.
80% of it is.
One time they put gravel on those rocks, that big one.
Yeah, that's because they're using pit runs.
That's what they
That's
do
right.
in
That's
Sheridan County
exactly what
a
happened.
lot.
Yeah, they're doing
That's
that in Kidder County too.
There, yeah.
Because you're trying to save money, so in terms
I know.
of putting sand and rocks and stuff and not good quality gravel, well, then they blame the blade man. Well, what
I
can
know.
you do?
That road over there by the airport, you know, the one on west of Monte Canusa, you can just tell where the play started, you can tell where the play ended.
Oh,
Really.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious, you really can, even during this time. It's been interesting.
So one other thing I was just gonna throw out is, does it seem like it's a little confusing to everybody else when we have 2 different engineering companies working?
I think
Well,
competition,
it kinda
I think
overlapping
competition
on
is
stuff,
good,
see,
but
'cause-
that overlap thing, yeah.
That would,
Yeah, but don't you think that's normal?
I don't know.
Because all of a sudden, they're competing for the same prize, to a certain degree, you follow what I'm saying?
Well, they aren't gonna communicate with each other, so you had this overlapping thing.
Well, I understand, but I'm just saying that, you know, they're all letting each of us know what can, or what will happen, or whatever, so they know the projects to a certain degree. So,
Well,
you know,
Right.
whatever.
And how this all started, and we need to be mindful of this,
Originally-
even when the Highway 52 project comes up, when it comes to construction engineer, you're supposed to have a hearing, right? And you're supposed to have everybody who, they actually can bid on it,
Yeah.
That was on that bridge, wasn't it?
on anything.
But I mean, that's on
Well,
this
we're-
side of the
we're-
but
tail.
We're getting
Originally,
federal
when
money
we
for
did
it,
that.
We're gonna have to do
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
We
And
thought they
there's
were,
times we didn't do that in
we
the past.
thought they were moving the money from the two bridges over where we wanted to make the road go through. They were gonna move the money to the bridge on the highway.
And that wasn't, we talked about.
That was
many
what was gonna
times.
happen. Now, today, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
They
they
did
did
move
move
money.
it.
They moved the money, but now
it's
these
still-
other two bridges are 100%,
Yeah, well,
They just switched the
kicked it down the
priority.
road.
they switched the priorities now, and them other two bridges are 100%
Yeah,
funded.
we thought the money was gone. is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
exactly.
But, yeah, that's the way it is.
We were misinformed on that somehow.
But my point about having these hearings for the construction things, then you have different engineers, and if you pick one or the other, there's other counties that have more than one engineering.
Oh,
firm
absolutely.
Working for
I
them,
think
so
that's
not, so.
how to keep
Okay.
things more honest.
And, to accept preliminary.
I'll make a motion, we
Accept
accept
the budget.
the preliminary 2026 budget as presented.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Bowen, motion by Stan. Any discussion on it? Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carried.
And then wherever you are, or wherever, bring this back with you the next 2 months. Is what you got in your
That's
binder.
why he gave us this nice folder.
This is pretty nice.
This is nice.
All right, the rest of that stuff is FYI stuff. Departments meeting Thursday the 21st. We'll next meet on the 4th of September. That's at 8 a.m., Neil.
I got it.
Okay, right here.
Will we get?
I apologize for interrupting.
We don't have to go to the courtroom no more? Or is it not?
Sixth county meeting, that's down in Linton, right?
Yeah. Presumably on the 9th of September.
Hey, when was that, David Klug, talked about the picnic at the Roundhouse, when is that?
18th,
18?
August 18th, Monday.
7 o'clock at night or
I
what?
don't know about that.
I don't know what time. It's the 18th.
I wouldn't think it would be that late in the evening.
Oh, I don't
No.
know.
I think it would be in the afternoon.
4.
I'll probably come. It'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's quite that was quite the deal. They got them people out there and they made it so they could sit off the carriage right onto the landing there. And they could stand from there and they could look around at all this land. It was kind of a scheme to get people to buy land out there.
It was a
All
scheme.
about. Very interesting.
Some
It was mostly land that no one else wanted.
pretty neat history, really.
Yeah.
I wonder if they ever got that spring going. There's a big spring house there to the west.
Yeah,
Did they get that going again?
flowing.
Huh?
It was flowing this spring
What was?
in May.
I mean, they didn't do no restoration on that coming.
Yeah, they fixed
Oh, they
it all
did,
up.
okay.
They redid that version.
Oh, they did that one too.
Yeah.
So anybody got anything else for the good of the order? Meeting adjourned?
Big discussion now is who's buying dinner.
Yeah.
I think it's food should have
I think it's
Now,
your
again,
turn.
I don't think he's ever paid.
I think it's his
The
turn.
last time we went.
Dan paid last
the
time.
last time.
I think it's fine.
I didn't go last time.
If we go,
I
we
went
gotta
to
go.
cut hay.
He
Okay.
agreed.
And I told him just to put it on Boone's bill.
Right.
He's
Probably got
that,
it,
aren't they?
huh?
No, I think Brian is second.
All righty.